On January 27, 2020, in Laramie County, Wyoming, deputies Jason Gillett and Ryan Lee arrived at Devon Bryant's home late at night after receiving a tip about a potential suicide attempt. The interaction was captured by body cam.
Sheriff's office. Hey, how you doing?
Hey, sir, get in there.
Deputy Gillett with the Sheriff's Department.
Yeah.
Partner Deputy Lee. Is Devon here?
Yeah, he's here.
Do you mind if we speak to him real quick? He's not in any trouble. We just want to check on his welfare.
Okay.
They were walking up the street. Hey, how you doing?
Good, how are you?
So I got called from, is it estranged wife, estranged girlfriend?
Yeah, my ex-wife.
Okay. So she's concerned that you're harming yourself, and you sent her an email earlier.
Yeah, I had sent her something. It wasn't earlier. It was, I think it was like 2 days ago.
2 days ago. Okay.
I had been drinking and was just kind of not in a good mood.
Okay.
But I mean, I'm fine. I didn't even realize I had sent it. I saw that I sent her the email.
All right, man. Do me a favor. Just let me have a look at your arms.
No, I don't.
Okay.
I don't need
All
to
right.
let you look at anything.
All right.
I know you're just here to.
I'm just here to make sure.
I'm good.
2 days ago doesn't concern me, okay, bro? Because 2 days ago you stood here talking to me.
Yeah.
So I just want to look. If they're old, I'm gonna get in my car and leave you alone.
And that's okay. I don't want to show you anything, and I don't need to.
Yes, you actually have to.
Officers can take someone into protective custody for mental health reasons if they have reasonable belief the person is a danger to themselves or others. In Addington v. Texas, 1979, the Supreme Court ruled that clear evidence is required for involuntary commitment. However, since the deputy acknowledged that Mr. Bryant appeared healthy, detaining him was unnecessary. Despite this, the officers persisted in holding him, which likely violated his rights under this legal standard.
No.
At this point.
No.
Because right now, based on everything, we could take you to the hospital at this moment.
No, that's okay. But
okay, go ahead and step out here then.
You guys can come right back with a
Go ahead and
warrant.
step out. Don't resist.
Out.
Don't pull.
Don't.
Get off me. I don't have to do shit.
Step out.
You can't make me do anything. You don't have a warrant.
Ma'am, step back.
No!
Hey, get off my mom.
Dude,
Right.
you're gonna get tased.
No.
Stop!
Okay.
You stop!
Okay. I'm done. What's up?
Stay away. Stay outside.
Mom, are you
Stay back.
Mom, are you okay?
Stop.
What? Okay. Yeah.
Get in the car.
Turn around. Hey,
Wait there.
mom didn't do anything. Hey.
The officers clearly violated their department's use of force policy, which mandates that force be reasonable and appropriate based on the situation and what is known to the officer at the time. Their actions also contradicted the department's core values and mission statement, which emphasizes protecting life, property, and individual rights, enforcing laws, and preserving peace and safety. Their conduct undermined these guiding principles.
Look, it's my shoulder. Okay, I used to cut on my shoulder. You want to see? I'll show you. I'm sorry. I apologize.
Take a seat up. Take a seat right here.
Sir, I'm sorry.
Take a seat down.
Here.
I need something like
Will you?
I'm trying to get this cord out of your way.
Take a seat.
You guys don't have to put me in the car. I'm done.
Here you do. This one. You got anything on you that's going to prod or poke you?
No, sir.
Right, you going to hospital or you going to jail? Interference.
I'm I'm sorry.
Your mom's going in jail too.
No, don't say my mom. Come on. She was just...
I don't give a shit, dude.
Okay.
You make me tase you, you're going in jail.
I didn't mean... I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
These two are both going in jail.
Yep. You know which car picked which person?
What's that?
First one hit her. Day one.
Day one hit her.
Man, where's the other prong go? Back right here. Okay. I'm gonna pull these out. Okay. It's gonna hurt, but it's gonna be a lot better once you're out. Ready? All right. Stand up.
I don't think I can without using my hands.
Without using your hands, I'll help you. Ready? Let's do it.
Is she good to walk?
Yeah, she could.
Come on.
I can't walk without my shoes.
Well, you were happy to fight us without your shoes, so you're going to walk without your shoes.
because
Come on.
Listen to me.
Do you want to go again?
It's a medical problem with my foot. See, I had surgery. If I walk, I'll blow out my foot, the bottom of my foot.
Do you have a boot or do you have a shoe?
I have slippers.
Okay. Do you have slippers for her? She has to have?
Yep.
Unless you're willing to transport her for us.
If you need me to.
Please.
If you need me to.
Yeah,
If you wouldn't mind,
she's going in jail. He's going in jail.
Okay, still got prongs in him.
No, I took his prongs out.
In legal terms, police can arrest someone in their home with a warrant under exigent circumstances, such as imminent danger or destruction of evidence, or with consent. In Devon Bryant's case, the deputies responded to a tip about self-harm, which could justify entering the home under exigent circumstances. However, since they admitted Bryant seemed fine, the urgency disappeared, making the arrest likely unjustified. According to Peyton v. New York, 1980, a warrantless home entry for arrest requires exigent circumstances, and Welsh v. Wisconsin, 1984, reinforced this for minor offenses. Given the lack of immediate danger, the deputies likely violated Bryant's Fourth Amendment rights, as shown by his legal settlement.
We could have made a determination, you know, if you guys had just complied. But now you guys are going to go to jail. This back car. I see the cuts now.
Yeah.
It could have all been done
Yeah, I'm sorry.
a lot simpler. Geez, you do it quite a bit, don't you? You do need some help.
Since I was younger.
What else we got?
I mean, I guess there's some on this side too.
Yeah.
Oh, all of that's from our scuffle.
Yeah, I know. Is that the only place you get yourself, is it?
Yeah.
All right. You been drinking tonight?
No.
Okay.
After being discharged, Mr. Bryant filed a complaint and lawsuit claiming that the incident violated his Fourth Amendment rights, which protect against unlawful search and seizure. He also cited injuries, humiliation, emotional distress, mental anguish, and medical expenses. In August, a federal judge dismissed 2 of his 4 claims, ruling they were tort claims with a 1-year statute of limitations in Wyoming. Ultimately, the lawsuit was settled for $10,000, and both deputies Gillett and Lee remain employed with the Laramie County Sheriff's Office. On January 16, 2023, Latika Hancock visited a McDonald's to correct a drive-through order that was missing an extra slice of cheese she had paid for. After a disagreement over fixing the sandwich, she was refunded, but the police were called to remove her. Sergeant Todd Stanley and Officer Tim Zellers responded, and Miss Hancock explained the situation.
Hi, did you have a bad day inside?
No, sir. I went through the drive-thru earlier.
Okay.
She refused to take my dollar to give me 30 cents after I paid it for extra cheese.
Okay.
There was a young lady who was very nice, by the way, before I got introduced to this lady in the burgundy.
Okay.
She asked the lady in the burgundy shirt to remake my sandwich. She comes up to the desk, wanted me to pay her another 30 cents. So 49 plus 30 plus 30. For what when I'm not even getting enough pieces of cheese. You only put one on here when I already paid the 49 cents for the extra piece of cheese. So now you're charging me 60 cents more. So then she got an attitude because I asked her for a refund and called the police because she didn't want to give me back my money. And I told them I'm in a black truck and I'm waiting. Okay. She finally gave me the refund literally 8 seconds before I got in the car and started it up. The problem was all I wanted was to be remade with an extra piece of cheese.
I completely
She
understand.
started screaming at me, and I'm just like, well, ma'am, she explained it to you. Why won't you go make it? Well, you need to pay me 30 cents. I said, the lady that just came and got the paper already took the 30 cents on top of the 49. Why would I give another 30 cents, which makes it 60 plus 49 cents?
So they've made you whole?
No.
They haven't made you whole?
Well, I mean, yeah, she gave me my money back, so I'm gonna go somewhere else. But
okay.
The problem was she should have just remade it like the lady asked her. I came all the way back here to get my sandwich. Obviously, I wanted to go home with it. I didn't understand where she got confused at after the lady already said, yeah, just go ahead and remake it, put a piece of cheese in the middle. She started getting all extra, wanted me to pay her again. No, ma'am, it doesn't work like that. I paid now 3 times for only 1 piece of cheese that I still didn't even get.
Okay.
So she gave me a refund. I'm leaving. She started screaming at me, telling me to have a good day and not to come back here. And I said, I won't.
So you didn't say anything. You was a complete angel. Because I'm getting information, you're getting disorderly in the store.
Did.
Okay, all right.
I did.
So here's what's going to happen. You've been made whole, right? You got your money back.
I'm leaving. You pulled up. I didn't want you to have to chase me
So
down
here's
the
what we're
street.
going to do. They want you trespassed. They don't.
Who cares?
Just listen. I know. It doesn't mean anything.
It's a McDonald's.
They don't want
can't
you.
Even
There's
do it
one
right.
on every corner.
Customers are right. Thank you.
Officer Zellers mentioned that McDonald's reported Latika Hancock for disorderly behavior and requested her to be trespassed. When asked for her identification, Latika refused, prompting Officer Zellers to warn that she was complicating the situation and implied she could be taken to jail. Eventually, Latika provided her last name but remained visibly upset.
Okay.
I won't come back.
Does this
here.
car come back to you?
No, it does not.
Okay. Can I get a driver's license number or something from you, or name and date of birth?
I don't have one.
Well, I'm going to issue a trespass notice, and I have to fill out a piece of paper.
I can care less.
Okay.
What you're
I
gonna
just
do.
need some information.
No.
But I
She
do.
gave a description. You can use that, but no, sir.
So I'm filling out a paper.
Oh, go ahead.
Okay.
Fill it out.
It's going to have your information on it so that you can't come back on the property.
Who wants to? It's a McDonald's.
I
like you
understand
said,
that,
there's one on
but
that
I have to
corner.
serve you with a piece of
I'm
paper.
not about to give you my info. Sorry.
You
I
are,
just
because
won't
it's a
come back
crime
here.
if you don't.
No, it's
because
not.
you're trespassing.
The crime is her being nasty and won't make my sandwich the way I paid for it. It's my money.
Okay.
That's nasty.
You're going to make it more difficult than it has to be.
If you arrest me, I promise you're going to have a problem.
I won't have a problem.
Yes, you will.
No.
No.
I won't
No.
have a problem.
Ma'am,
Not over a
we're
sandwich.
just trying to identify
Not
you to
over
give you a piece of
sandwich.
paper.
This is deep.
All I want to do is
Okay,
give you-
that's it. You have to
For
identify
what?
yourself.
So many McDonald's out here.
Because
For
we
what?
we've already explained
She
that to
was
you.
the rude-ass
Ma'am,
bitch.
Now you're
ma'am,
getting disorderly.
stop,
Take it up to another level.
stop,
Take it up to another
Bring
level.
yours down.
Stop.
Because I'm done.
Fine.
Stop.
I'm going to fill out a piece of paper.
That's
For
it.
what? Over a sandwich that she
Criminal-
refused to make?
Are you going to stop and listen, or are
Who's
you
going
going
to
to
go in
holler?
there and make her remake
If
my
you
sandwich?
don't stop,
Nobody.
if you don't stop, you're going to end up
Fine.
going to jail. Stop.
Hancock, Hancock. Write it down so I
Calm
can go.
down.
No, because you're not about to act like
No,
that over a sandwich
stop.
she didn't make right.
Stop. You don't need to go to jail over this.
Exactly.
Okay, so
That's
calm
what I'm
down.
saying. Like over a
You're making,
sandwich?
you're making us your enemy.
I'm ready. I gave you my info.
No, you didn't.
Yes, I did. I said my
Calm
last name.
down.
Damn. Over a
Miss-
burger that she didn't
Miss-
even make right.
Miss-
That I traveled way far
Are you
for.
going to listen to me? What's your first name?
Despite providing her last name, Miss Hancock was asked to give more details, including her first name and date of birth, as Officer Zellers intended to issue a criminal trespass notice. Finding the situation unnecessary, Miss Hancock refused to provide further information. In response, Officer Zellers informed her that she would be taken to jail for failing to identify herself.
The easiest thing to do is just give us your info.
what?
We
Over
give
a
you a
fucking sandwich.
we give you a piece of paper
For
and you
what?
don't come
I
back.
No,
Then you're free
you
to
told me I'm
leave.
trespassed, so I'm not coming back.
So we have to serve
That's
you
my
with a
free
criminal
will.
trespass notice.
No, you don't.
Yes, by law
No,
we do.
you just want
okay,
to
then we're
because
going to
call.
then we're going to arrest
No,
you
you're
for failing
not.
to identify.
No, you're
then
not.
identify yourself.
No.
Yes.
For what? Over a sandwich?
Ma'am, stop.
She didn't identify herself.
yourself or we'll have to arrest you. Now stop.
Over a
Yes, over a sandwich. So you're making a bad
There's
decision
missing
over.
every day though. But you
Ma'am?
coming for me over a
Ma'am?
burger? Y'all, it's too much.
You're not leaving until you identify yourself.
Bruh, if you don't get the...
You better calm down.
I'm not giving you nothing. I already said it.
Okay, you're under arrest. Put
No,
your hands
I'm
behind your back.
not.
Put
No,
your
I'm
hands
not.
behind your back.
No, I'm
You
not.
are under arrest for failure to identify.
Don't
Put
take
your
this-
hands.
Okay, my last
behind-
name is Hancock. I already
your
told
hands-
you that. I
Put
already
your
told
hands
you that.
behind your
No,
back.
I don't want to, for real. It's Latika. I'm telling you. Why would you do that? Okay, I'm saying okay.
Hands back, you're gonna get tased.
In Ohio, 3 statutes address criminal trespass, generally prohibiting entering or remaining on another's property without permission. According to relevant Ohio Revised Code, a person in a public place must disclose their name, address, or date of birth when an officer reasonably suspects them of committing a crime. While it's debatable whether Miss Hancock was legally required to identify herself, what followed was unacceptable. When Miss Hancock refused to provide more information, Officer Zellers informed her she would be arrested for failure to identify. As both officers attempted to handcuff her, a scuffle ensued. Officer Zellers initially threatened her with a taser, but the situation escalated drastically when Sergeant Stanley violently struck Miss Hancock in the face multiple times, an excessive and unnecessary use of force.
Behind your back.
Sir, wait.
Put your hands
Okay, I will get down. Can I please just have my
Turn
shoes?
around and
Up
face the
against
car.
the
Wow,
car.
twisted.
Up against the car. Face the car.
Oh my God! Why would you punch me? Why would you punch me? Look at my face! Why are you punching me? Why did you punch me? Look at my mouth! Oh my God!
That's all right. She's stacked.
I know, I'm just gonna have to
Go on the
sit
side.
in the car.
My last... Look at my face! Why would you punch me? I didn't even hit you! I have something for my mouth, please! Why would you punch me like that?
$3.11.
Why? Why? You didn't need to punch
That's when you don't
One in
cooperate.
custody, just long as you resist.
Get your shoe. Get your shoe. Get your shoe.
Where is it? I can't see it.
Put your shoe on.
I'm trying to catch my breath. I'm sorry.
Miss Hancock was not violent with the officers, though she was agitated and raised her voice. The excessive force used by Sergeant Stanley, who punched her in the face, was unjustified. As a result, she suffered a busted lip, loose teeth, a head injury, and a back injury. In the body cam footage, she's seen crying, stating she didn't attack the officers and questioning the need for such force. Despite this, EMS was called, and she was placed in the back seat of a patrol vehicle.
Didn't have to even be this way.
Can I just please go home now?
No, you're going to jail.
Come on.
Please, can I go home?
Come on.
Please? Okay. My name is Latika.
Latika, it didn't have to be this way, Latika.
I'm sorry, please.
It didn't have to be this way.
I want to go home. Okay. My mouth.
Yeah.
Do y'all give people stuff?
You
for
got to
their
call an
mouth?
ambulance.
I got it.
I
Get
can't.
seated.
Excuse me, sir.
Listen. Stop
Why
and
you
listen.
punch me
Stop
like
and
that? My
listen.
mouth hurts.
Stop and listen. Do you have any guns or knives on you?
Do I have a what?
Guns or knives on you?
No. My lip feels like it's busted or something.
It is. We're gonna
see you.
But I mean, like, is my skin on my lip hanging? Because it feels like it.
Nope.
My lip is busted, sir.
Butler
Like,
310, can you start a medic?
I don't have no.
Non-emergency. Ma'am, it didn't even have to be this
I
way.
don't want to go, please.
You're going.
No,
You,
man.
you brought it to this.
Sit down till the medic gets here to see
I don't
you.
want to go.
You don't have a choice.
You just caused us to use force against you.
No, but you
You
punched
ca-
me on
did
your
you-
own will.
No, it's because you
I
were
didn't
resisting.
punch you.
You don't have to.
I didn't resist.
Yes, you did.
No, I didn't. I'm a female. Look at my
It's all resisting. It don't matter what sex you are.
In the car. Stop arguing. This is not a debate.
Okay, I'm going. I'm gonna go. Sir, okay, tell him to stop because it hurts. I'm going to. Why are y'all so like this over a sandwich?
Close the door.
You bitch.
I got blood on my face.
No. Okay.
Sergeant Stanley justified punching Miss Hancock by claiming she was resisting, which she denied. While she was in the patrol vehicle, officers found alcohol in her car, prompting Stanley to accuse her of being drunk. Miss Hancock denied this, saying she wasn't intoxicated. She continued to complain about the force used, but Stanley dismissed her concerns, insisting her injuries weren't severe and his actions were necessary.
Can I ask you a question? Have you had anything to drink today?
Huh?
Have you had anything to drink today?
I just cracked it open. I spilled half of it in the car.
Because I could smell when we were talking. It's not me.
Sobriety or whatever.
Sobriety?
Yeah.
It's not on me.
Right. Sobriety, some shit, something.
Ma'am, we're going to treat you fair and we're going to treat you honest. You shouldn't have put us in that position.
But can I just...
No. Unfortunately, when we have to make a physical arrest and we have to go hands-on, then you got to go to jail.
But you didn't even have to punch me.
Ma'am, you were pulling away from me.
But you didn't have to do that. That really like my mouth.
Hey,
hurt.
did it work? Would you have rather been tased? Would you rather been tased?
I don't even know what my
Okay.
face looks like.
Well, it's not bad.
It feels like it hurt. Can you call the number for me so my brother can come get his car?
No, it's going to get towed.
Right now, what's your address? Where do you live?
So we had one resist, and I punched her in the mouth. She busted her mouth open. So let's just put some gauze on it, wipe it up, and we'll get her to the jail.
Works for me. Grab some.
Now listen, are you going to cooperate, or do we have to fight you again to get you in the car? I want them to look at your mouth. To do that, we got to open the door. Matter of fact, just stay right there.
Can you come on this side?
No, we'll just come on this side. Okay? Can I put your seatbelt on you? Well, the seatbelt's all jacked up now. Stay right there.
Can you just come over here to be
No,
easier?
I don't want to fight with you again.
And nobody's trying to fight with you. You the one that aggressive. You the one punch me in my mouth. Tell me
Well,
now
you're the
I
one
gotta
that
go to
wouldn't
jail.
cooperate.
Ain't nobody talking to you.
Well, I'm talking to you.
Well, who cares? Bye. Can you send a medic or you can close the door?
We try to be nice and polite and treat you with respect, and that's where you go.
But can I do the whatever that I didn't pronounce right? Sobriety.
What's that going to do? We're not saying you're drunk on DUI. I just asked you if you had anything to drink today. You ready? How are you, sir?
My skin is gone. Everything.
I'll be honest, if it wasn't you two, I'd probably be angry, but
Well,
it is.
she resisted, pulled away, and I punched her in the mouth.
Oh, well.
So she's mad now because I punched her in the mouth, but she would rather, could have got tased. But it worked. She calmed down. Wow, she's not calmed down. I'm the bad guy now. All right, you ready?
I know, because you wouldn't.
I don't want to open that door because she came out on me already.
All right, I'm gonna just stare
I'm
over
not
water.
gonna fight you.
No, I'm not worried about that. I just want to clean the blood up off your face, okay?
Okay.
Take a couple. I'm looking
Yeah,
in your
can you
teeth.
do it without?
I just need to see
You got a trespass notice for me? I don't have any more.
It does. Can't wait for all the ice over later.
Okay.
Get that stuff ready.
Miss Hancock was jailed and charged with resisting arrest, failure to identify, driving under suspension, and having an open container. She was later hospitalized due to injuries from Sergeant Stanley's excessive force. After the incident, Sergeant Stanley has left the department where he worked for 22 years. The 3 charges against Miss Hancock, resisting arrest, open container in a motor vehicle, and driving under the influence, were dismissed. However, the charge of failure to identify herself, a 4th-degree misdemeanor, was pleaded guilty. On December 28, 2016, Officer Matthew Mercado of the Walnut Ridge Police Department stopped BNSF Railway employee Adam Finley while he was working on railroad property. Finley, wearing a BNSF jacket, provided his employee ID and driver's license. The interaction was captured by body cam.
You have anything concealed, any weapons, anything like that?
No.
Okay. Well,
No,
what's
sir.
with the attitude?
Nothing. No, you have an attitude, and what's your problem?
I don't have no problem.
Yes, you do.
I'm good.
I can pull you over if I want,
That's fine.
because I have a right to ask you what you're doing over there.
For him.
Okay, didn't look like you were working. Sit back from me some, too.
Oh.
You get up on me again, we're going to have a problem. I'm glad you think this is a joke, sir.
I work there.
What were you doing over there? I wanted to in a marked vehicle.
Good. Good.
But I didn't see you doing no work over there. And
You
then
want to go back over there and open the doors? It's
You're
not
going to
you.
put your hands on your back.
I ain't
Because right
doing
now,
nothing.
yeah, you're obstructing with my operation.
No, let me tell you. I mean, I work for him. Look at all this stuff back here.
What did I say about getting up on me, sir? Turn around.
Mr. Finley moved toward Officer Mercado to open the back door of his truck and show his work supplies. However, as he stepped forward, Officer Mercado aggressively shoved him back and placed him in handcuffs.
Put your hands behind your back. Get that ignorant. Get your ass over here.
That ain't no problem, sir.
What you do?
That's where I'm not. I work for him.
You stand there. You move again. What'd I tell you about getting up on me?
I wasn't. I was just trying to tell you something that I could prove that I work for him.
What'd I tell you about getting up on me?
I'm sorry, I didn't.
Now, you want to be a asshole some more?
Oh, I'm sorry.
You better shut your mouth. Come here. You set your ass right there. Then you move from there and I'm going to ride your ass. You understand? I don't know who the hell you think. Look at me. Who the hell you think you are? Or where you're from, where you mess with cops like that.
I didn't make
You lost your damn mind.
Sir.
I dare you move from there.
Good. I got an idea.
Why are you driving the aisle with her? Okay. And when I think, why are you talking coming at me like that? First of all, I have to prove why I pulled you over.
That's correct.
You didn't even let me do that.
I'm sorry.
Shut up. That's your problem right there.
I just.
How old are you? If you're nervous for what? What did you do? Right. So what are you nervous about? How do you think I feel?
Oh,
I'm out here by myself. I don't know if you got a gun in there. And then I walk up on you and you jump me all verbally.
I'm 37, sir. I didn't.
Okay, we're the same damn age.
That's right.
Man to man, why would you talk to another grown man like the way you did?
I just asked you why you pulled me over. I wasn't.
I was going to tell you. Do you know by law we have to tell you why we're
Yeah.
pulling you over?
Yeah, I
Because I can't impede on your civil liberty. But you
Officer Mercado claimed he was obligated to inform Mr. Finley of the reason for the stop, but legally, police are not required to disclose this during the stop, even if their department policies suggest otherwise. The Supreme Court has consistently ruled that an officer's subjective reasoning for a stop doesn't affect its constitutionality, as long as reasonable suspicion exists. For instance, in United States v. Robinson, 1973, a stop was upheld despite being a pretext for a narcotics search, and in Wren v. United States, 1996, the court ruled that subjective intent doesn't factor into Fourth Amendment analysis, even a mistaken understanding of the law, as in Hine v. North Carolina, 2014, doesn't invalidate a stop if the mistake is reasonable. Thus, Mercado's failure to explain his reason does not automatically make the stop unconstitutional.
You didn't let me. You become hostile and aggressive with
I
me.
did not.
Yes, you
I
did.
didn't say one cross word. I just said why you pulled me over.
Sir, it's how you say things.
Sorry.
You should be. But you're getting ready to go to jail. Is there anything in here I need to know about?
For what?
For one, didn't I tell you not to get up on me like that?
I didn't.
That's
I
it all.
just stood there, sir.
No, you got up on me, sir. I
No,
told
I
you don't
did
get up
not.
on me. Is there anything in this vehicle you need to know about?
No.
I need to know about? I went to Swifton. Adam, my name is Matthew, and this is all being recorded.
Yeah.
I'm going to let you go, but do you understand I could get you for obstruction, for government operations? Just listen to me now. Assaulting a peace officer, I should take you to jail right now. All right, let me tell you something. When you come in contact with an officer, let them tell you why. Don't just start, what are you doing?
I was just confused.
Don't be confused. I'm going to alleviate all confusion. Now, you put yourself in my shoes, sir.
Oh, I understand.
You're a police officer.
Yes, sir.
That's my property right there. I'm supposed to watch. Are you in a marked vehicle that says railroad?
No.
And what is your plates from?
Oh.
So, now could you see where I'd be suspicious of what you were doing over there?
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
And then when I make contact with you, you're aggressive and hostile with me verbally.
Officer Mercado explained his suspicion of Mr. Finley stemmed from the fact that he was driving an unmarked truck on railroad property, which could suggest a violation of criminal trespass law. While Mr. Finley was legally authorized to be there as a railway employee, the lack of obvious identification on his vehicle may have provided Mercado with reasonable suspicion to initiate a stop. According to the Supreme Court's ruling in Wren v. United States, even reasonable factual mistakes can justify a stop. However, once Officer Mercado confirmed that Mr. Finley was an employee, his continued detention would likely be deemed unjustified.
And
well, I mean, I didn't mean to make it sound.
Turn around.
First time in my life I was going to do
Do you understand why I put you in cuffs, sir?
Oh, yeah.
Why?
You thought I had a bad attitude?
No,
Thought I was
sir.
gonna be-
Because how many times did I ask you to stop approaching me?
Well, I was just trying to find something that make you believe me, you know.
Okay, so let me ask you this. You ain't got nothing in your pockets, do you?
Oh, yeah.
Okay, because the next time I tell you something, you're going to ride lightning. All right?
That lightning.
Yeah, I'm going to tase you. I'm going to tase you. Because I have the right to defend myself.
Oh, yeah.
But when I tell you once, look at me, Adam. When I tell you once, please do not approach me like that. Don't come to me like that.
Mm-hmm.
You have to listen to me.
Oh, yeah.
Okay? I'm not sure where you're from, sir, but
Smithfield.
I listen to people when they tell me something.
Okay.
So cop or not, man to man. All right? And this is all being recorded.
Fine.
So don't later on try to complain that I roughed you up or anything like that.
I won't.
Because you know I should take your ass to jail, right?
Okay. Yep.
You don't understand that.
Oh, yeah.
Because if you want, I'll take more of your time and we'll go through the books and I'll let you see it.
I'm good.
Now, do you need me to call your boss and let him know
know.
that I held you up?
No, I'm good.
Any questions, sir?
Yes, sir.
Do you want me to write my name down and stuff for you?
Oh, no. What is it?
Matthew Mercado.
Matthew McCullough.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Did we learn anything today, Adam?
Oh, yeah.
What?
Learned a lot.
Okay. Have a good one.
Okay.
Officer Mercado eventually uncuffed Mr. Finley after threatening to tase him and take him to jail. The situation de-escalated, and the two shook hands before parting ways without further incident. Later that day, Mr. Finley met with Walnut Ridge Police Chief Chris Kirksey and Sergeant Matt Cook to discuss Officer Mercado's conduct and to file a formal complaint.
What's your name? My name's Chief Chris Kirksey. No, wasn't me. What's that other fella's name? That's just Carter. It'd be Officer Matthew McCarter. Yes. What I saw is you want to keep a 6 foot distance.
Well, he should have stepped back away from me because I couldn't go anywhere, sir. You seen it?
Oh, I've got the whole entire video.
Good. Can we watch it? Can I watch it? Yeah.
You have to do it for you on it.
What?
Freedom of Information Act on it. But from what I saw, he's lucky he didn't go to jail.
Who had him?
Mm-hmm.
For what?
Obstruction of justice.
What did he do?
He interfered with law enforcement officers' investigation of the stop.
How do you do that?
How did he do that?
Yeah.
When you watch the video, you'll find out. I got off the phone with the prosecuting attorney and explained to him exactly what happened in this situation. And he advised me to write, you written a citation both for obstructing a governmental operation and refusal to submit to arrest. So you will be written those citations.
When Mr. Finley attempted to file a complaint with the Walnut Ridge Police Department, he was interrogated by Officer Matt Cook and Chief Chris Kirksey, and then issued citations for obstructing government operations and refusing to submit to arrest, despite Officer Mercado initially choosing not to ticket him. While there's no legal issue with the delay in issuing the citations, the charges themselves are questionable. Obstructing government operations generally involves hindering lawful governmental functions, and resisting arrest requires using or threatening physical force. However, none of Mr. Finley's actions, as seen in the body cam footage, appear to meet the criteria for these offenses.
Right? You'll be going to court. Oh, yeah.
Oh, okay. Okay. That's fine.
So this will be taken into account. There'll be an internal investigation, but from what is seen on camera, and I talked to the prosecuting attorney just now got off the phone with him. He told me to have you written those citations. Okay, your driver's license.
So I need a ticket for something?
Yeah.
Exactly what, yeah.
After receiving the citations, Mr. Finley fought the charges and was acquitted on April 3, 2017, by the Lawrence County District Court in Arkansas. On April 5, 2018, he filed a civil rights lawsuit against the city, Officer Mercado, Officer Cook, and Chief Kirksey. The case was settled later that month, with Mr. Finley receiving a $57,500 settlement. On July 4, 2024, at around 6 a.m., a man named John Sexton was walking with his 6-year-old son with autism. Two officers with the Blaine County Sheriff's Office approached the father and son on suspicion. The encounter was recorded by a body camera.
Hey, what's going on, guys? Actually, go ahead.
Technically, not really, but I mean, it is pretty early in the morning. Just wondering what was going on.
That's what we do. We get up early in the morning.
You got your ID on you?
What do I need an ID for?
Because I just asked you for it.
I don't need to show my ID.
Okay, if you don't give me your ID, I'm going to take you to jail for failure to identify, because I've identified that you've been walking around down here at 5:30 in the morning.
Yeah, we do that.
No, you're not. Give me your ID.
I don't have my ID on me because it's at the house.
Okay, what's your name and date of birth?
Huh?
What's your name and date
I
of birth?
don't know, but you can't run. I don't have. This is a state where I don't have to show my ID.
Turn around.
You're going to do this in front of my son?
Yeah, turn around.
Are you serious?
Yeah, turn
This
around.
is my son. Let me bring my son home first.
No, turn around now.
Bro, you need to. Here, let me videotape this real quick. I want this on video. What are you doing to my son? Bro, this is fucked up. Son, it's okay, okay? No, I promise you, you're gonna pay for this.
You think?
Yeah, I promise you that. We're walking around. There's nothing suspicious. There's nothing criminal. I don't have my ID on me. I told you that.
And what did I tell you?
You just slammed me on the ground because I was trying to record. What are you rolling me on the ground for? Dude, this is ridiculous. Man, look what you're doing to my fucking son. There's my phone right there, too. You're a punk ass bitch. You know that?
In Hebel v. 6th Judicial District Court of Nevada, the Supreme Court upheld state laws requiring citizens to reveal their identity when officers have reasonable suspicion to believe criminal activity may be taking place. Commonly known as stop and identify statutes, these laws permit police to arrest criminal suspects who refuse to identify themselves. As of 2013, 24 states had stop and identify laws. But for all that, Oklahoma is not a stop and identify state. Therefore, you are only required to provide identification and answer questions about your identity during a traffic stop. You're not required to identify yourself to law enforcement if you were walking in a public area and asked for identification.
Dude, I can't even believe you're doing this to my son because he was walking around on 4th of July.
Have a seat and I'll talk to you. Hey, buddy, come here. You're okay. Listen to me. You're okay. Hey, quit crying.
According to Father John Sexton, his son was a police fan and said he wanted to be a police officer one day. But we don't know if he will continue to do so after what happened to his father in front of his eyes.
People that don't want to identify typically are involved in criminal activity. I've known this individual to be involved in thefts in the city of Canton.
There has been no criminal activity.
Okay, listen to me.
Bro, we were just walking, and when you came up,
you
didn't hear what he said.
Shut up and listen for a minute. No, shut up and listen.
Okay.
So I saw y'all walk down the alley behind. I saw y'all when I was headed into the office. Walk across the street.
Yes, sir.
Then I got my unit ready. While getting my unit ready, man, I see y'all back in the alley you left from, okay?
We've always walked from that alley around. That's our house is around that. Is that why we do that? I promise. We do it every morning. I'm surprised you haven't seen it.
So here's the thing. That's fine and dandy, man. But listen, we have people that are going down up and down these alleys, spray painting and tearing shit up.
Yes, sir. I understand that.
Okay? It's the 4th of July, man.
But
okay,
if you would have came up and said something like, hey, he just goes, I've been called for, what do you say, investigation of something. And I'm like, what?
Yeah, okay, so here's the deal, though. Listen, when I got there, I didn't play games with you. I asked you what y'all were doing. You said, okay. I've worked here. Yeah, and that's fine, dude. Right. I love it that you're out with your kid. But it is a little odd, okay? So when I ask you for your ID, you say, I don't have any ID. So what's your name and date of birth? That's all you have to give me. Give me your name and date of birth. What is your name and date of birth?
I know, but it's just because...
No, this is your laptop.
You're asking me right now? I thought you were saying... My name is John Sexton, 123086.
Okay, set time. 12:30 of 86.
The police said it was a bit odd that Mr. Sexton was walking with his son. We should, of course, say that it was not odd, but the moment the police confirmed that whatever they suspected was not true, that is, the moment they had dispelled their reasonable suspicion, they should have ended the encounter, left the father and son alone. Instead, they asked him for identification and arrested him. After this arrest, Mr. Sexton had no choice but to provide his information. If you find yourself in a similar situation, know your rights.
On 5 Weatherford. Show 1 detained.
All clear.
Weatherford. Check 44s. John Sexton. 12/30/1986. Okay, listen, man. As long as you don't have a bad warrant, I don't want to take you to jail. I don't like taking people to jail. I don't like doing what I had to do to you in front of your kids. But you caused it. All you had to do was provide the information asked. Listen. Shut up and listen just a minute. We had reasonable enough suspicion to identify you. That's all that matters.
But if I did criminal activity.
Yeah.
But I didn't do no criminal activity. So
yeah.
No, I didn't. I didn't do nothing criminal walking with my son.
Okay. It's not criminal, but we still have reasonable enough suspicion to identify you.
And if I want to give the ID, I can.
No, it's not a if. The state is not a if you want to state.
It's a state that they can ID you at any time.
This is not a shall ID state, but once you're being detained.
What was I being detained for?
Criminal, we don't know what's going on, but we can call it criminal activity.
That's not, but I didn't do criminal activity, sir. That was
okay, man.
Thrown down like that in front of my son.
I didn't even throw you down, if you want to know the truth.
You did. And
no.
You rolled me on the ground, sir.
I rolled you on the ground to...
2 times.
I just making sure you don't have any weapons in there, bro.
It is true that Oklahoma is not a stop and ID state. But even if it were, any court would conclude that the stop was illegal because the police did not have reasonable suspicion.
Bro, that was just a little overdue when a kid right there. That's all I'm saying.
Well, don't you think maybe next time a cop says, hey, what's your name?
I don't have my ID, though. That's what I was telling you. I don't have it on there.
But I did ask you what your name and date of birth is. I'm not going to sit here and argue with you about it, Mr. Sexton. What'd you say your first name was?
John. I think I either got court on the 8th or the 16th or something like that.
Okay. So, county court?
Yeah. Blaine County.
Okay, you got warrants out of, see? And that's what I was saying, man.
Where at?
I've been doing this. You got warrants out of Woods County.
They don't pick me up. I was just...
Okay, but here's the thing, man.
It's a ticket, that unpaid ticket.
Okay. But here's the thing, man. Typically, when a cop's out with somebody and they don't want to identify, it leads us to believe that you are involved in more criminal activity than we need to. So that's why you heard me saying what I was saying, because I'm narrating for the camera. This is not my first day on the job, okay? And I'm going to tell you right now, man, I'm straight up with people. If I tell you to do something, you better be doing it. Does that make sense?
Yeah, it makes sense.
The policeman whose voice you heard is Monty Goodwin. There are numerous complaints against him for mistreatment and excessive use of force by civilians and other police officers. He has jumped from department to department to make it harder to follow up on these complaints because they are not in one system that can be easily looked at. So if you transfer to a new department, the first call will come up because you have a clean record. In fact, for cases like this, the police should have a single badge number, and they should be registered in the national system. In such cases, changing departments is used as an escape route.
But
hey, you know what? Maybe teach.
I don't have to do. You know what I'm saying? Like, I just thought my son being there, it wasn't the right time to do all this shit.
Yeah, well, you know what, man? At 5:30 in the morning.
Bro, I get up 4 o'clock every morning.
No, it's cool, man.
4 o'clock at night. I get up at 4 o'clock.
But put yourself in our position. Our job is to make certain that shit's not going on down here. We see all the spray painting. So I literally saw y'all cross right here at Prouty.
Indians around here running around doing that bullshit.
Yeah, I got you, bro.
Woods County, we'll haul verify.
Was clear. How you getting along over there, boss? Huh? Yeah. He's got possible warrants. So when I was headed in, I saw him walk down the alley. Mm-hmm. And then when I moved my truck around to the covered stuff, you know you can park right here if you want, right?
No, I didn't know.
Yeah, you can, man. When I moved my truck back around there, like, I turned, so this is Prouty. They were already walking out of the alley at Noble. Mm-hmm. They walked, and then they just turned around, and he went right back into the same alley he came from. And he was hanging around on it'd be like 101, 102 or something like that. I'd have to go back and look at the address. But he's hanging around back there where they cook all that barbecue and stuff. Mm-hmm. So that's why we're making contact with him.
Yeah.
When people don't want to identify, typically there's something else going on. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Too early for this shit.
He has like 10.
Huh?
He don't have one, he's got like 10.
Yeah. He didn't want to identify. He got his ass tripped up, put on the ground.
What was he doing?
So when I came in, I come from the north. I see him cross this street, Prouty, in the alleyway. He's walking down. When I turn to go put my stuff up, they don't come out at Noble. I get my stuff to go, and I move my pickup around back, and they're hanging around like the back over there. You know where the bar, like where TGC is and stuff? They're hanging around over there. I don't know what they're doing. So Joaquin finds him. Joaquin talks to him. He's like, I don't have to tell y'all anything. I said, dude, it's like, you're being detained. Hold on. Mm-hmm. I said, you give me your ID. He's like, I ain't giving you my ID. I don't have it. I said, okay, what's your name and date of birth? And he said, I don't have to tell you shit. Something like that. So I said, all right, go ahead, turn and put your hands behind your back. I'll take you in for failure to identify. Like, you're being detained. Like, I don't know. I was fixing to tell Joaquin, like, if we can kind of get the situation where we can go over there to TGC and see what's going on and make certain nothing's out of the ordinary. Mm-hmm. He's like, we're just out walking, man. We walk every day. Okay, that's cool. But how much crap goes on in these alleys, Jarrett?
Yeah, right. Yeah, right.
So, he wouldn't turn around and put his hands behind his back. Mm-hmm. So he got the old jerk, kick your feet out from underneath you right in front of his kid. Mm-hmm. I hate to be that way. 4th of July, you know what I mean?
I mean, why is he out 6 o'clock in the morning with his kid?
Says he gets up every morning at 4 and walks around. You ever seen him? No. Me neither.
No, and I call out though when I have to go too.
Yeah.
I purposely drive behind.
I don't think I'm out of the scope of my job, do you?
No. I mean, we've been told to extra patrol because of issues in the alleys, and now we're checking out somebody that's in the same fucking alley.
Yeah, exactly.
had break-ins, we got graffiti, reports of drug stuff.
Yeah. He's got warrants out of Woods, Custer, case. Yeah.
Yeah, that popped up, and I was like, oh, shit. So Jordan and I was finishing up my 10:15. Jordan and I were,
Yeah, it was your night.
it was nothing, no too fancy. Hey, how we disposing of everything? I'm cutting her brake, not charging her for it.
Dude, if you're in a church now, if they're doing evidence correct, it's easier not to take it. Because then we have to put it in there, and then you have to fill out all the paperwork on it, and then they have to fill out a deal, and we have to take it to the state and get it disposed.
Marijuana?
Yeah. Yeah, that's the nastiest car ride you've ever taken, man.
I thought that thing, it wasn't put in the report officially. So I disposal for her.
There you go.
Let her break.
There you go. Yeah. I cut one brake yesterday, no DL.
Hers is suspended and no insurance.
This guy, he had weed in his car, a little bit of weed, but not enough to matter. What you got firing here, brother?
I was testing that out, trying to figure out why it wasn't working.
You get it going?
It won't work on 12-volt plugs, so I ran it. I fuse linked it to the battery. That's what it was.
I got to figure out something with mine. My computer will sit there and go flick, flick, flick. It just flickers.
That's what's happening. Is however they ran it to any of your plugs is shit wiring or too much wiring. You know how before they put all those butt joints in it, and kills your ohms or over whatever. That's what was happening because this was going on, and that would fry your computer. So don't let it stay doing that because that pulse impulse will fry the laptop battery.
Well, what I figured out, the best thing to do was take it inside, put it on. Tonga 5 just waiting on 44 returns.
Right there, we're still on hold with Woods County. Custer County also advised they have one valid 44 or bondable.
Was clear. I don't know. Let's see. But yeah, I took it inside and let the battery charge, and it quit. If I get the battery above 80%, it quits. And so I think what it is, George, is the computer battery gets drained so much. You know what I mean?
Well, it doesn't do it until something's happening. Charging it, it didn't have a problem. But as soon as those friends inside, now I just secured out so it wouldn't fall, but I think they will.
I love this shit.
Oh, yeah.
Dude, I buy it. If you ever need some, holler at me. I buy it in a roll about this big. I
used to make bracelets, and I got kind of stupid with it, so I've probably got one of every color. And
I want a shotgun sling, but I want it to be somewhat adjustable.
Oh fuck yeah! I don't do the dog leashes or shotgun thing. Those take forever. And I don't. Yeah, those are a pain in the ass. You gotta have so much slack when you do them, and it's like getting a lariat rope and running tying circles with a lariat rope. You know.
Well, you gotta. Well, like you said, you gotta have so much slack to accommodate for how much you're gonna take up. And my problem is I always come out that far too short on something. I'm like, dang it. You know this guy at all?
The name sounds familiar, but I don't.
Is this the guy that Travis got into it with at Canton? Is this the coins, the guy that stole the coin jar off the? Was clear. Woods County can be slow.
Yeah, what last night would be the call. Somebody hit a.
Woods County advised total $3,000-$4,000 to take care of it.
Yeah. Was clear. Okay, man. Have a good night. See, I'm not dumb, am I? People usually have warrants that don't want to identify.
I know, but they've been on there for 10 years. Like, they're just for tickets. That's all they are.
Well, here's the thing, though. Are you aware of what they're doing now? So now that I've advised you, they're all supposed to put a check mark on them or whatever. So the next time somebody checks out with you, guess what? There's a good chance you might go to jail for them. So you might want to start getting a hold of them counties to take care of it.
Yeah, you got to get a hold of them now, they say. They used to just put warrants out, but they said if you get a hold of them and you can't pay it, they'll work with you to not put one out. But
yeah, but here's the deal.
This was from 10 years ago. That's the reason
a lot of you guys have strung them out so long now that they're saying, hey, guess what?
Sit them out.
Nope. Yep. You can come set them out.
Yeah.
All right, man. Mr. Sexton, if you're going to be walking around, that's fine. But we've literally been put on extra patrol in the alleyways, so that's why you got checked out with. And if me or one of my officers check out with you, at least give them your information. Okay.
All right.
So you guys have a good day.
You got my phone?
Yeah, I do. Glad you asked. I'd have to try to come find you. Where are you working at?
Apple Market.
Okay, man. Hey, buddy. See, this is what we don't.
Come on, son.
Hey.
You're supposed to be in there, son. Come on. You can't play in there. That's not ours, okay? We'll go home and pay.
All right, so listen, you guys, we don't mind you getting out walking around, but when the police officers ask you who you are, you better tell them, okay?
Come on, let's go.
I'll put these up for you.
Following the incident, the state issued a statement that an investigation was underway, but no further information was shared. Mr. Sexton has filed a criminal complaint. On May 22, 2022, Pastor Michael Jennings of Vision of Abundant Life Church in Sylacauga, Alabama, was watering his out-of-town neighbor's flowers in Childersburg, Alabama. Officer Chris Smith, Officer Jay Gable, and Sergeant Jeremy Brooks of the Childersburg Police Department responded to a 911 call made by neighbor Amber Robertson. She reported seeing a younger black male and a gold SUV at the house while the owners were away. Officer Smith arrived first and approached Pastor Jennings before the other officers.
All right, I'm going around. Howdy.
Hey, man, how's it going?
Pretty good. What you doing here, man?
Water flower.
Are they saying that, is that your vehicle? It's not?
It's the neighbor's vehicle.
The neighbors?
314, I'll be on 13.
Okay. You live here?
No, I don't live here.
Okay. They saying that this vehicle is not supposed to be here and you're not supposed to be
Who's
here?
saying that?
They called about it. I don't know who called.
I'm supposed to be here. I'm Pastor Jennings. I live across the street.
You're Pastor Jennings?
Yes, I'm looking out for their house while they gone.
Okay.
Watering their flowers.
Okay. Well, that's cool. Now, do you have like ID and
Oh,
all?
no, man. I'm not going to give you no ID.
Why not?
I ain't did nothing wrong. And they did
Well,
nothing
look,
suspicious.
listen, I'm not saying do nothing wrong.
Doc, listen,
There's a suspicious person.
Look, I used to be a police officer in Goodwater. Don't come here with that. Okay?
Look, man, don't do this to me. There's a suspicious person in the yard, and if you're not one to identify yourself.
I don't have to identify myself. It's not a. I stop and identify state. That guy know me. He came to my store that got broke in. I live right over there across the street. Who calls y'all?
That's what we got to figure out. But
Yeah,
first,
who called you?
He
Is a black man
He
out
don't
here
live
warning his neighbor problem. You think
I'm not saying nothing
illegal?
about.
You have no right to approach me if I ain't did nothing suspicious or nothing wrong. Told him I'm a pastor. I pastor until I don't want to hear you.
Sir.
You want to lock me up? Lock me up.
Nobody wants to
Lock
lock
me
you
up.
up.
I'm not showing y'all anything. I'm going to continue to water these flowers. I don't care who called y'all. Lock me up and see what happens. I want you to.
Hey, man, just come here and talk to us.
I'm
What?
gonna go water these back flowers. What I'm finna do. Who called y'all?
Well, if you would let us talk to you, we can figure stuff out.
You're gonna catch an obstruction charge if you keep walking away.
You can do whatever you want. Do it. Do it.
We're just trying to talk to you, man. Come here.
313, 314, follow.
10-4. We got one that's not listening to us. Look, man, let me see your phone. Let me see your phone, dude. Just calm down, okay?
No.
Stop.
I like this.
Okay. We're just trying to talk to you and see.
I don't want to argue with you, okay?
All right, go ahead and do what you gotta do, Doc. Do what you got to do. Go on and
Okay.
lock me up.
Look, just have a seat.
It's
You're
already
not
a
locked
lawsuit.
up, you're
It's
just-
already a lawsuit,
Yes,
Doc.
sir. Yes, sir.
It's already a
Okay.
lawsuit.
Just have a seat, okay?
Okay? Already a lawsuit. Already a lawsuit.
313 show us. 1026 one black man. Sit down. Sit down, man. Just
Okay, let me call my wife.
you're not calling nobody.
My son just got racially profiled in Michigan. He's got his master's degree. He's an athletic director. 3 police profiler came in.
I was ex-police officer from Goodwater. I told you I'm a pastor.
Okay, look, man.
Who called y'all?
We.
I don't have to ID
You
myself.
will not listen.
I have a call on you. You have to identify yourself to me. You understand what I'm telling you?
No, I don't. You wait to watch how you want. Take me down, book me. Go do what you need to do. Go do what you need to do.
I think it's going to be.
Please call my wife right quick.
Officer Gable yelled at Pastor Jennings, insisting he must identify himself because of a 911 call. The officers repeatedly claimed they had the right to identify anyone involved in the call. However, as we've discussed, officers cannot arrest someone for refusing to identify themselves unless they have reasonable suspicion and the state has a stop and identify law. In Alabama, under relevant section, an officer can stop someone in a public place and demand their name, address, and an explanation of their actions if they reasonably suspect the person is committing or about to commit a crime. Although Pastor Jennings was on private property, his actions were visible from the public street, likely making it a public place under the law. However, even if the officers had reasonable suspicion, the law only allows them to demand his name, address, and an explanation of his actions. Pastor Jennings provided this information immediately, saying he lived across the street. Despite this, the officers continued to demand identification, which the statute does not authorize them to do.
We're going to wait off. All right. Well, y'all sit with him, Jeremy. I'm going to go over here and see if it's this people over here that call. No, 313. Can you have the 72 that called step out and talk to her?
I'm up here.
Hey, you know what? You know what? 10-15. 10-15. 10-15. I ain't gonna sit there and have that, dude. No, you ain't letting nothing now.
Appreciate it. Okay, I will.
313. You show me 10-15, one black now.
All right.
I got to get gas, so he needs to go on someone else.
Call it the jail. I call it the jail. I'm on this car.
I mean, I don't know if they called.
We'll look on the log and see who called.
I mean, I saw the goat SUV. So, and I saw him outside, and all I did said, hey, man, do you live here? No. Is that your car? No, it's the neighbor's. So I'm finna go over here and run the tag.
No, okay. He's not going to cooperate.
Oh, no, sitting there hollering.
I'm trying to explain to him that we got a call. We have the right to identify him. And he says I'm talking to him like a child.
If you're a pastor and you're here watering a neighbor's yard, that's fine if you got permission.
No trespassing, private property.
313, 1072 stepping out.
10-4. 313 swapping the record. 313 on record.
You're welcome.
313, can you run a 28 for me? Like golden color Chevy Tahoe. This is 505. She says she's stepping outside. You talking to the 72? Do you know that gentleman? Yeah. You do?
Yeah.
Does he have permission?
He lives right there.
Okay, does he have permission here to be watering flowers?
He may because they are friends.
Okay.
And they went out of town today, so
right.
he may be watering their flowers.
Okay.
It'd be completely normal.
Okay,
And
is
that's
that
fine.
that's fine. If he would have said, "Hey, I got this," gave his identification because he's a suspicious person, he said that's not his vehicle; it's their vehicle.
We have a call. Like
Yeah.
we're here because we're called here. I don't know who called, but somebody did.
Did you call us?
313. Rory Milam of Childersburg on a 2004 Chevy Tahoe, no color listed. Registration is valid till 6/30 of 22, negative 29.
10-4, you did say the name's Roy Mallon.
10-4.
10-4, thanks for making that.
10-4.
Yeah, he lives right there, and he would be watering their flowers. This is probably my fault.
Okay, do you know who Roy Mallon is? That's the person that owns that vehicle.
Roy Milam.
Roy
Ask
Mallon.
him who owns the house. I don't know the guy's name. I don't know who owns. It could be their vehicle.
Y'all do, Mr.
Step out.
Miss Sister Connie, and
What's wrong with you?
my cuffs a little bit tight. If y'all don't mind loosening them up.
Sure he is.
Listen to me, man. Is that better?
Actually about to go over to his house.
Listen, let me talk to you. Who is Roy Mallon? That's you, ain't it?
I'm Michael Jennings, sir.
You're Michael Jennings. Who is Roy Mallon? Okay, that's who that vehicle belongs to.
Yeah, that's
who
all I
lives
know. His name is Roy.
That's who lives here?
That's Roy. I call him Roy and I call his wife Connie, and I've been dealing with him for 7 years that I've been living here.
They are friends.
Yeah.
Okay.
So you called not because of the car, but because you thought you saw someone besides him.
Right, I didn't know it was him.
Yeah,
I'm sorry
I got to
about
keep
that.
their flowers watered. I got to keep their flowers watered while they're gone.
sorry.
You okay? And by the way, I won't get to come to the graduation, but we're going to get your son something.
No, don't.
Listen to me, man. Listen to me. Anytime the police come out and they say, we want to identify you, you have to identify yourself because there's a reasonable suspicion, there's a reasonable man, there's a vehicle. There's a reasonable suspicion that you're here. It's not a crime.
Yeah.
If you would have said, yeah, here's my name, here's everything, we were like,
I
okay.
told him my name.
You didn't tell me your name.
I decided, he asked me who I was. I said,
You didn't give it to me when I first
Pastor
asked.
Jennings. Pastor Jennings.
That's not a name. That's a pastor.
Yeah.
I need your
The way
name.
y'all handle this situation was totally wrong.
Well, listen.
You racial profile.
We're not racial profile.
Yes, you did.
No, sir. No, sir. We're not about
I
that.
told
okay?
you I was here watering the flowers.
Officer Smith insisted that Pastor Jennings was required to identify himself because they had reasonable suspicion, but he didn't specify what crime they suspected. Reasonable suspicion must be based on the totality of the circumstances, considering all factors. While 911 calls can sometimes provide reasonable suspicion, they are not automatically reliable. Even if a tip is reliable, it must suggest that criminal activity might be happening. In Alabama, criminal trespass occurs when someone unlawfully enters or remains on a property, and criminal surveillance involves trespassing to observe someone. However, when Officer Smith saw Pastor Jennings watering flowers and heard his explanation, any reasonable suspicion from the 911 call should have dissipated. Given the clear and innocent nature of Pastor Jennings' actions, a court would likely find that the officers lacked the reasonable suspicion necessary to detain him.
How do I know that's the truth?
Because I had the water hose in my hand. I was watering all the flowers.
Anybody can pick a hose pipe up.
He is going to be so pissed when I tell him I got arrested watering his flowers. 7
Well,
years
look,
we've been
look,
friends.
we got that. Look, let's sit back in here.
Okay.
You can sit down. Give me, so we can get this going on the ball. All right. What is your social?
I'm not going to give him a social.
You need to give me your social.
I'll give you my name. That's all I'm going to give you. You're not going to run no 27 and 28 on me and get me in the system for no reason.
All right, what's your
The girl already told you who I am.
Okay, yes,
I'm Michael
yes.
Jennings. That's all you
Michael
gonna get.
Jennings.
Michael Jennings.
Spell your first name.
M-I-C-H-A-E-L.
A-E-L?
That's it.
Jennings, J-E-N-N.
Yes, sir.
I-N.
G-S.
G-S. What's your date of birth?
1/17/66.
1/17/66. All right. Sit in the car for me.
Yes, sir.
We'll handle this in just a
Can you
second.
give me a, can you let the one that's hot?
Yeah. Will you let the window down a little bit for him? Yeah. What are we going to do with him?
We'll see the charge of, I guess, disorderly conduct, the failure to obey a police officer. He refused to give any information.
He said he's not going to give me his social, but he gave me his name and date of birth.
Okay, and she's saying the same thing. She won't give her name.
I mean, this could have been all avoided if he would have just...
Well, I told her that. And every time I try to tell him, he says, "You good, man? I appreciate this. I appreciate it." You know, because all he does is racial profiling. He's suing. That's all he would say. You couldn't talk to him.
Well, wasn't going to detain him until he walked away, started coming to the front yard saying he's coming to water these plants, and then he gets his phone out and he just keeps speeding, walking away. And I said, okay, fine, come here. Because at that point I realized he's not going to do anything to help us out. Oh.
What's the charge? So just obstruction?
Disorderly or obstruction?
Obstruction.
I'll just do obstruction.
Obstruction of governmental operations.
Yeah.
We're here to investigate a call, and he wouldn't give us his name or any other thing. Yeah, we told him he was trying to call the owner, but still, I need his name. You know, we gotta have his name.
Yeah.
I'll take him over to the PD for you.
Yeah, I'll go get gas.
After arresting Pastor Jennings, the officers debated what charge to file, briefly considering disorderly conduct before settling on obstruction of governmental operations. Under Alabama law, disorderly conduct involves causing public inconvenience, engaging in threatening behavior, or refusing to comply with lawful orders. Since Pastor Jennings's actions didn't meet these criteria, the officers opted for obstruction, which applies when someone intentionally hinders a governmental function through intimidation, physical force, or unlawful acts. However, the law requires that the public servant's action be lawful for obstruction to apply. If a court finds that the officers lacked reasonable suspicion to detain Pastor Jennings, his refusal to provide identification wouldn't constitute obstruction. Even if reasonable suspicion had existed, Pastor Jennings's refusal to provide ID wouldn't qualify as unlawful interference, making a conviction for obstruction unlikely.
If there's no, in the bond book, if it's not listed, just do the lowest one, the 500. I don't know if it's going to be in the bond book or not. That way we won't be overcharging or anything like that.
He seems like a reasonable, nice guy. I don't understand.
Yeah. He shouldn't. If he's a good water policeman, he said this ain't an identifying state. Yes, it is.
Well, I mean, it doesn't matter if pastor or if he's a pastor or not. Like the thing is, he seems like a nice enough, reasonable guy. Yeah. Just talk to us, man. Like, we don't have to clear up before we start getting calls.
Devon, which one is that? Did you get his phone? Oh, fuck, got the whole cul-de-sac.
It's okay. Hey, God working it out. It don't work out.
I can tell you what all happened if you like, ma'am.
Okay.
That's my dog. There's no wire right there.
You're good. So we got a call.
Hold on, his wife is coming, so you can do this once.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, it's fine.
Come on. I looked out the door, Daddy. I was wondering where you were.
Yeah.
I thought you was outside doing
it. Trying to make me identify myself. I told them I don't have to identify myself. I have to commit the crime. She came over and told them that she made a mistake and they still want to try to do something to get my structure charge for me.
Okay.
I wouldn't listen to them.
I'll tell you what's going on,
Daddy.
okay? And so we got a call here, okay? Yes, ma'am.
Yeah, we'll need his ID.
I'm just gonna take his ID and we're gonna.
Well, you want us to take his whole wallet or just?
To give your ID?
I just wanted you to know who he was.
Okay.
No ID.
No, that's fine.
Okay.
That's fine.
Okay.
If he don't give me an ID and we don't have a way to identify him, I will have to look him on John Doe. But if he's got it, then that's fine. Okay.
Yeah, he's okay. So he's been identified. He's identified himself. She's identified him and verified who he is and where he lives.
I'm the missionary, so. But when we get here, of course, we're going to immediately investigate the call.
Yes.
Find him on scene. All he's doing is watering the plants, and that's not a problem.
What do you want? What do you want to do?
And we say, hey, sir, we have a call here.
What do you want to do?
Need you to identify yourself, please. Like, no, I'm not identifying myself. You don't have to identify me, and so on. and he began to walk away. And we wouldn't listen, and he's walking away, so of course we detained him. We don't know what's going on.
Gotcha.
After that, we radioed for them to contact her, have her step out and talk to us. Well, she does tell us it's a mistake and all that stuff. But at this point, he's already collected the charge. Once we place him on arrest, we can't unarrest him. Does that make sense?
This is so simple. And the neighbor just told him this morning, please water the plants and take care of them.
I said that, but it was all
house.
afterwards. It was all afterwards. And all we told him was like, if you're here to water the plants, that's okay. Just please identify yourself, just your name, and let us call the owner. And he didn't want to do that until he caught the charge.
So what do we need to do now?
He's going to go to the Childersburg Police Department. We're going to process an arrest report. It's going to be one charge for obstruction of our investigation. He'll go to the jail. He can bond out immediately. You can get your bondsman. It'll be 10% of the bond.
So it'd be like $50.
We're not investigating a crime. We're investigating a call. And we have a right to identify anybody involved in that call.
But obviously he didn't identify himself.
He's walking away and yelling at us and telling us we have no right, and we have a call there. But if he wants to fight it in court, that's fine.
Is it okay if I talk to him?
Yes, ma'am. Go ahead.
Is it okay?
Yes, ma'am. That's fine. There's no problem. You both can if you like to. No problem. Like I said,
Clear up. Clear up.
Need to clear up?
Yeah.
All right. Just, we got to go.
Pastor Jennings was jailed and charged with obstructing governmental activities, but on June 2, 2022, Childersburg Police Chief Richard B. McClelland requested that the charges be dropped after reviewing the case. Pastor Jennings then filed a lawsuit against Childersburg and 3 police officers, but a federal judge dismissed the case. Attorneys for Pastor Michael Jennings have filed an appeal in federal court in Birmingham and plan to appeal the decision to the 11th Circuit Court of Appeals in Atlanta.